What up, what up, what up? I think it's still sending data. We're live on some things, but not quite on everything yet. So I'll give it a second. How are people doing? If you can hear us, feel free to drop in the chat, say hi. We'll get started shortly.
Hey guys.
All right, it looks like we are online and going. What up, guys? It's Luigi again. Um, We're back with Mogul Moves. This is your online streaming destination for all things related to movies, movie culture, and Mogul and Movie Pass. I'm joined today once again with Josh, our data wizard, who will be talking about like this weekend and what kind of the box office projections are and where we're headed. I think it's going to be a pretty what I'm gonna call actually this weekend is it's girl boss weekend, Josh. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, it's not moving to my next slide. Do you see it?
No, it
Hold
looks
on, let's
still
do
for
this
me.
again. Okay. I'm doing this again. Hold on. The reason I call it girl boss weekend is because Oop. Sorry guys. Oh, here we go. I need to use this. That's why. This is why I'm calling it girl boss weekend. Because look, we got Die My Love, Christy, Predator to Badlands, which is going to have Elle Fanning in it, and then a movie that I don't really know, Sarah's Oil, but very clearly a girl boss on the cover.
Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a girl boss movie.
So talk to us about this weekend, Josh.
Yeah, for sure. The biggest release this weekend in terms of box office is definitely going to be Predator Badlands. Um, I'm seeing it trending up a little bit between the long range and short range forecasts. The last thing I was seeing was around 25 million. The latest I'm seeing is 26.5 million. So trending up a little bit. I think some of the recent Predator movie releases that they've been doing have kind of um, positioned themselves well into this release. Uh, Christie was actually my buy this week. It's actually trending down slightly compared to the last forecast I
Ooh.
saw. Long range forecast was 3 million for the weekend. Currently, we're sitting at around 1.2. So I do think 1 to 3 is the safe range, but if you listen to my pick, then might have been a dangerous choice. We'll see. I do still
Way
think
to
there's, yeah,
way
some
to
people
steer
out.
people wrong. Yeah, seriously, Josh, like what's we're gonna
Even the
get hate
experts,
messages.
even the experts make mistakes. I do still feel like there's a lot of social media buzz around it, and I think it could. I would still say it will overperform compared to 1.2 million, but we will see. Um, and then some of the smaller releases, Die My Love, and Nuremberg also coming out this weekend. There weren't really long range forecasts, but those are starting to come in. Die My Love at 2.5 million for the weekend, which I would say is quite strong for, something so art house, small
Yeah.
budget. So I think that could also be a potential good pickup this weekend. I kind of see that overperforming compared to expectations. And
Yeah.
then Nuremberg is supposed to do around 3.5. So we kind of have and Sarah's Oil also 1.5, which is slightly up compared to the last number I saw. So it's kind of a lot of smaller releases this weekend, a lot of indie art house stuff behind Predator Badlands, and it will be interesting to see how those all do. They're some of them are kind of competing against each other for people's weekend movie going. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
Yeah, yeah. And if you watched last week's episode, or sorry, this week's first episode, this would technically be considered episode two, you'll see that, there were a couple other films too that we pointed out that we think are going to do really well, specifically Begonia, which I think is going to have like a longer tail just as people get to, hear about it more and the word of mouth spreads on that. So yeah, exciting
Yeah.
weekend. I
I
think
saw
Die My
Begonia last night.
Love. Oh, you did? How was
Yeah.
that?
I thought it was great. I mean, very,
Yeah.
very Yorgos, very out of the box, surprising, fun, and Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons like totally carried. They were amazing, of course.
Don't spoil it, but she's obviously an alien, right? Like,
No
don't
comment.
spoil it. But she's
No
an
comment.
alien. I'm assuming that's like where we go at the end of that. But I'm gonna see it this
That would be
weekend.
a good poll.
Right. Yeah, exactly. People would know though. You would already know
That's true.
insider trading. Okay, cool. So that's the weekend for you. We have now the next sort of segment's called Culture Catch Up. It's just stuff that we're seeing online, new releases that are coming out, new trailers that we're really excited about. First up is my pick for Culture Catch Up, which is uh, a little. A little piggy told me. No, I'm kidding. I saw on Vulture's Twitter that Cole Escola, who is like a famous playwright, wrote Oh Mary, which is in on Broadway currently. People are obsessed with it. Super hilarious comedian, is writing a Miss Piggy movie. So it's a movie that centers Miss Piggy. And they said, you know what? We don't need you, Kermit. We don't need to write on your coattails. We have Miss Piggy. And I've always loved that character, so I'm really excited to see what happens with that. The internet is ablaze currently. Gay Twitter is really freaking out over this.
Yeah, I had not heard about this until right before our call.
Right.
I think it sounds pretty amazing. I do think Miss Piggy is a an underutilized um, Muppet. Obviously excited to see more of Miss Piggy.
And the callback is actually this all got revealed when Jennifer Lawrence was on a podcast because she's on a press tour for her movie. What's it
Uh,
called?
yeah, Time I Love her and
Yeah, Die
Robert
My Love.
Pattinson.
Exactly. So this got revealed in that press tour, and that's when people were like, "Whoa, ha, ha."
Amazing.
Next up for Culture Catch Up, we have the official teaser today just dropped for Michael, which is the Michael Jackson biopic. What are your thoughts on that, Josh?
The uh, the biggest thing for me is the director. I thought the director was surprising. It's Antoine Fuqua, who's to me most known for Training Day and like the Equalizer movies, which are
Right.
kind of in the like action thriller genre. Um, he would not have been the person I would have guessed they picked for Michael, but I think it's interesting. It's kind of a directorial turn for him, um, something in a very different lane. So it'll be interesting to see how he kind of brings his own flair to a biopic.
Yeah, yeah. Same. I also just think like biopics, music biopics. I've yet to see a really good one ex- outside of like the Queen one, like the Freddie Mercury one I thought was quite good, but like all of the other ones I've never really. Oh, the Elton John one was really good. Every other one I've seen I'm like extremely disappointed in. Did you?
It's
Oh, you weren't
definitely.
here, but go ahead. No, go.
I was just gonna say I'm with you on that. I'm not a huge biopic person in general, and I feel like music biopics are. It's just tough to pull off. You're taking like the most iconic, some of the most iconic celebrities of all time, and
Right.
trying to
And
replicate.
I just want to see the celebrity. Like I don't want to see someone playing them.
Yeah,
Just
I
reminds me of
agree.
like, oh shoot. You know what? Screw my light today. I'm just gonna
Going
darker.
dark.
Yeah. But I was just gonna say the Bob Marley one was so bad that like I'm just so scarred. And
Yeah,
actually the Amy Winehouse one, which was so bad.
forgot
Anyway,
about
this is
that.
another another one that people are really excited for. Amanda Seyfried in The Testament of Anne Lee. A new teaser just came out today for this. Lots of like buzz from Cannes around this. People think it might be her like Oscar moment. We'll see. I don't know. I do love her, but I loved her in like Mamma Mia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
Like,
like she hasn't had like a big moment in a minute.
yeah,
She's due for
like
one.
yeah, like her last big moment was probably like um Les Mis when they did that
Yeah,
movie. Yeah.
Was is the movie that's coming out also going to be a musical?
No, but it does look like that, right?
It still kind of looked very musical.
No, but it's like a it's actually about the Shakers. Do you know like the religious group the Shakers?
Mhm.
So it's like how that got I think it's about how that got like founded, how that came about.
Mhm.
Um yeah, we'll see. I mean, people really like thought the reviews thus far are that they're quite good. It's quite
Interesting.
good. So we'll see. Breaking news. This is not fully confirmed. This is a Twitter rumor slash I do believe it might be happening because the source that I got it from discussing film actually like is pretty reliable. So I'm really hoping it's true. But if you guys have seen Weapons, they are planning, or the rumor is they're planning to do a prequel movie that's solely based on Aunt Agnes, which is that not the
Amazing.
best character in that movie?
Yes, amazing.
The
I
most
would
likable
say,
character.
yeah. I think Luigi has good sources, so I'm gonna bank on this being true. Um, and I think anyone who's seen Weapons would love to see it.
Yeah, I need to know like how did she get her powers, etc. All right, let's move on to the polls. We don't have that much more time. As you guys know, in the Mogul game, you're able to just vote on polls and make sure, and you get points for that. And you know, we like to format our polls to be a little bit salacious, like a little bit, you know, definitely movie culture centric. Um, and we really want you guys to kind of tap into your predictive um, brain power to see what you think. And we're using that data, you know, in everything we do. So we have a poll here. Will the fan controversy surrounding the live action remake of Moana cause it to underperform at the box office? There are two potential controversies. One is that everyone thinks that Moana died in the first movie. And so like are they gonna touch on that? Is it gonna be part of the story? Who knows? Disney loves like a death storyline.
Yeah.
So possible. The other one is that, you know, it's effectively cultural appropriation because like they're using Polynesian culture, but it's not a real place. So it's like they're just like kind of it's all sort of for the storyline and the plot line without actually like by contrast, Coco giving us like actual Mexico to kind
Mhm.
of like sink our teeth into. Like we could have just stated that it was a country, you know, like within a country. And that
Yeah.
I think would have solved their issue. But what are your thoughts on it causing it to underperform?
I mean, we were talking about live action remakes on the show on Monday. Um, it feels like live action remakes are a safe bet for Disney. Even though the opinions on them are sometimes polarizing, they tend to do pretty well at the box office. Um, so personally, I would lean no. But I think it's
Yeah.
interesting that, we're seeing in the polling uh, a strong majority of people saying yes. So there must be enough
Yeah.
buzz between those two topics to kind of have people shake their heads a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like Moana, people go ape shit for Moana. Kids
Yeah,
go ape shit for Moana. Like
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna really matter. But we'll see. Um, then the last one here, will the next James Bond be British? Now, my thought is like, duh, but am I wrong? Like, I mean, like, I thought you had to be British to be James Bond.
That's what I thought. As far as I know, I'm like, I would have thought this would be like 95% yes. I think it's interesting that 25% of people think it might be no. Um, and it'd obviously be a bold and interesting choice if they did that. Um, it could bring in some strong appeal depending on who they pick if they were non-British and they were justified in doing it. But I think it'd be tough to stray from that one.
Yeah, I agree. All right. I think that's about it in terms of the polling. So, did I have another one here? No, I think that's it. Now, guys, like I said, all those polls available on mogulgame.moviepass.com. Sign up now because we have a very limited amount of space in this closed beta. Not only that, there is a 100K prize pool. We are blowing it out. All we want is like a strong community. We want to play the game with you. So yeah, check it out. Head to mogulgame.moviepass.com, sign up today. And
Thank you, guys.
we'll catch you next week.